Hey guys, Jonathan was out here for JM Sports Corner and jmsports.org. How's that going? Basically, I am here to talk about the BCS system. And for those of you who don't know what the BCS system is, that has been the college football system that has been in place since 1998. It determines several of our bowl games and, of course, determines our BCS National Championship game. But with the BCS, there comes just a lot of controversy of, is the right way to do it? Our team's being left, our team's being left out. Our team's, losing out on chances and stuff like that. And everybody's been screaming for a playoff for as long as as long as I've been watching football. Everyone's been screaming for a playoff. The BCS needs help. It needs help. It's in trouble. It is trouble. It screws up teams, and that's what other people say. I used to be one of those people that the BCS needs a playoff. It needs one. It needs one. I used to be one of those people, but the more I thought about it, excuse me, the more I've realized there's nothing wrong with the BCS system. Let me rephrase that. The BCS system is not flawless. It has its flaws. But as far as picking our national championship game, as it did for this year, which I believe takes place on January 7th, let me just really quickly look at that. A lot of people are complaining about the rematch. LSU, Alabama. Well, quite frankly, I think college football and I think the BCS system got it right. LSU and Alabama, there's no question that those two are the best teams in college football this year. Not a question about that. Um, they have stellar defenses. They pretty much dominated everybody they played. They did play it once. Um, and they played once this year. It's a battle of field goals, and LSU won in overtime. And I'm looking forward to the rematch. I don't know why most people aren't. I am. I think rematches are good in sports. Quite frankly, I think this time it goes the other way. Quite frankly, I think Alabama does win the national championship this year and goes 12-1. The BCS national championship game takes place on January 9th. I was wrong. January 9th, 2012. At the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Now, a lot of people do not realize this. I went back and looked, and before the BCS championship game before the BCS was created, um, only I go back and try to find it here. The actual number one and two teams only met in the prior to the 1998 season. The presses the AP's number one and two teams met met in bowl games only 8 times in the prior 56 seasons. So finally they did it right. They got it right. Is it flawed? Yeah, it's flawed. But you're always going to have flaws. You've got the automatic qualifying schools, and the BCS it's kind of a complicated system to follow, but it works. It really, really works. It gives us what we need. For the most part, for as long as I've been watching college football, it gives us the right game. Like I said, I think this year is the right game. Everybody complains, the BCS is so messed up. The BCS is so messed up. Really? There's 5 actual BCS bowl games. Alright, now let's take a look. The bowl schedule for this year is absolutely amazing in my opinion. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, know that I've been talking about it and just doodling over it, I guess you can almost say. You've got the Sugar Bowl. That's going to be Michigan and Virginia Tech. That's going to be a good game. You've got the Rose Bowl, Wisconsin, Oregon. Come on, that's going to that right there's going to be a good game. Granted, okay, the BCS didn't really have much to do with that. That's Big Ten champion versus Pac-12 champion. You've got games also like the Orange Bowl, and of course the BCS national championship game between Alabama and LSU. I'm trying to get what the Orange Bowl is, and unfortunately, my computer's not cooperating with me. But this year's BCS bowls are just going to be amazing. That's just all there is to it. Like I said, do I think it's flawed? Yeah, it's flawed, but I think for the last 10 years or so, the BCS has gotten it right, except for maybe one. I mean, we got West Virginia and Clemson in the Orange Bowl. That's a big East ACC matchup. 9-3, 10-3, 6-2 conference, 5-2 conference. So that's going to be a good game right there. I think Clemson wins that one. I will be making picks for all bowl games. Not just the BCS games. And then you've also, like I said, you got the Rose Bowl, Wisconsin, Oregon. That's going to be a good game right there. I really think that's going to be a high-scoring affair. You got Michael James in Oregon and Monty Ball in Wisconsin. Speaking of college football, tonight the Heisman Trophy gets awarded, and I'm going to have a video on that coming up later. I think a lot of videos today are going to be recording up, boom, 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 one right after another. But yeah, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, Stanford and Oklahoma State. That's amazing. Brandon Whedon and Andrew Luck. That is a good contest right there. Does the BCS get it wrong at times? Yes. Did they get it wrong this year? Hell no. It could not be better for what then. It couldn't be better for this year. Could not be better for this year than what it already is. Alright. That's going to do it for me on this side of the video. Coming up throughout the day, my NFL Week 14 preview. I'm going to take a preview and make a preview and prediction of tonight's Heisman Trophy presentation that will take place. All that and whatever else I can think about talking about too. I did have something else that I was going to talk about, and maybe I'll go through and talk about some of the baseball. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll talk a little bit of baseball too in the video coming up later today. I'm Tom. Was up for Jam Sports 100, jamsports.org. I'm out.